Indestructible Gaming. Select your character. Musket Shot. Mr. K. Let the battle begin. Get ready for a battle unknown. 3, 2, 1.
Hello and welcome to another edition of Indestructible Gaming and More. I am Musket Shot. Alongside me is my co-host, Mr. K. Mr. K, hello.
Hey everyone, welcome back to Indestructible Gaming and More.
Yes, hopefully everybody got to enjoy their holiday season. I know it was different than most past years, but I think it was still pretty nice. So was Santa good to you?
I mean, yeah, it was pretty good.
Yeah.
Got some gaming accessories and all that stuff. What about you?
Yeah, it was good. Good. Did you get any new games?
Here and there.
Yeah.
Kind of just got some money and got some of my own.
Yeah. Okay. Cool. So this week we are going to be being pinball wizards, I guess, so to speak, as we dive down the pinball video game road and some pinball games from a company called Zen Studios, and they do some pinball games on their system is a pinball FX3, and they had an FX2 version, I guess, was it a little while ago, but the FX3 seems to be the newer, fancier,
and probably the best one out of the three.
Yeah, of the version. So
because you can play every pinball machine from the other two on this one.
Oh, okay.
So this one's your probably best pick.
Yeah. So there is a free download on Xbox One that you can do, probably on a lot of the other systems as well, where it gives you two free pinball games to play. One is one that they created, and then one is a pinball game from the Williams company, which is famous for doing a lot of different pinball classics and stuff like that. So we'll get into talking a little bit about that. About a little bit about them, though. They have a bunch of different games besides pinball. We'll get into the pinball in a second, but they have some other games that you can check out if you're interested. There's one called Kickbeat, which is a rhythm game with a kung fu theme featuring 3D characters and high energy music. And I guess you can use your own music to create kick beat tracks, which is kind of interesting. So I'm guessing it's kind of like probably one of those games where you gotta press the right buttons at the right time and stuff like that to get your character to do the right moves. There's Castle Storm and Castle Storm 2, which is a 2D physics destruction with tower defense brawler, which you've played Castle Storm, you said, right?
Or
tried it years ago.
Yeah, I tried it many years ago. I wasn't a big fan of it, I remember, but
yeah,
maybe if I tried it now, my opinion could be different.
Yeah, so a little bit different. Okay. It's a game Operencia, which is a first-person dungeon crawler RPG. It's called Operencia: The Stolen Sun, which I downloaded the demo of this, and I'll give a quick review of this during our podcast here. And there's a game, a PlayStation VR game called Out of Ammo, which is a first-person shooter. Looks kind of interesting. If you have the PlayStation VR, you could try that. There's another game called Infinite Mini Golf, which I was pretty interested in trying, but I was more interested in trying the demo just to see if I'd like it or not, because I'm not entirely big in creating stuff sometimes, but this is a game where you can create different courses and try out different courses by others that have the game and have created them. So it's kind of pretty cool. You can try out different courses, so it means that you can have a lot of courses to choose from. And they have a new game coming out called Dread Nautical, where you're on a cruise ship and some monsters from another dimension show up to kill everyone, and then you have to fight them all and manage your resources and convince the other survivors that of what you're doing is the right thing. And it's kind of interesting. It's a turn-based RPG, so that might be another game that I might try out of theirs at some point down the road. Possibly as a demo, or if it comes out and is on Steam, or I think it's supposed to hit like I think it's out on Switch as well. So I think it may hit like all the other ones. So who knows? Maybe it might show up on Game Pass too at some point. But pinball, they have a lot of different pinball. They like you said, they have the Williams Pinball Classics, like the Universal Monsters, which was like the Universal Studios Monsters type stuff.
Yeah, like Frankenstein, Mummy.
Yeah. They have the Universal Classics Pinball, which is three movies from the Universal Studios. Three of the big classic movies: E.T., Back to the Future, and Jaws. Which that would look pretty cool. I wanted to try that one out. So they have a Star Wars. They have a lot. I think they have pretty much all the Star Wars.
Surprisingly for a pinball game, they have a lot of IPs in there.
Yeah,
in their games. And this doesn't even go for like movies too. It goes from cartoons that you would watch, like FX's Archer or American Dad, Alien.
Yeah,
20th Century. That's pretty insane.
Yeah, they have a lot of the Marvel stuff. They have Portal, the game, Walking Dead, Jurassic World.
Yeah, they got a lot.
They have Bethesda games in there too. The pinball games are Bethesda games. They have Fallout, Skyrim, and Doom.
Yeah, it's pretty insane how much they got over these years.
Yeah, it's kind of interesting. And then, because of they had the two games, I bought and downloaded the Fox bundle, which was American Dad, Archer, Bob's Burgers, and Family Guy, which we'll get into that a little bit. But so basically, I mean, if you know how to play pinball, this is pretty much the same. It's pretty easy. You can pull back on the joystick, and that'll release the plunger, basically sending the ball up into the pinball machine. And then you use the trigger buttons to use your bumpers and stuff like that. So it's pretty cool. Did you try both games, the Williams and the FX3 game? I
just tried the regular FX3 game.
Okay.
I haven't tried the Williams one.
Yeah, so I tried both of those. And the Williams one is good if you like traditional pinball and you play these types of pinball machines, which they have quite a few different ones that are from like the 80s and 90s and stuff like that. So if you like those, I'm sure you'll like playing it because it's very retro. It's very the pinball machine is exactly the same as it would have been in the arcade. Same styles, same colors, same sound effects, and everything like that, which is pretty amazing what they do with it. They do a great job with this. The FX3 one, pinball games, which they create, are pretty amazing too. The one that you play that is free, what do you think of that one?
I mean, for what you get for a free game, they don't give you a lot. Mm-hmm. So I can see someone getting bored of it pretty quickly. Mm-hmm. So it kind of forces you to pay. But overall, with the packs that they have and how many pinball machines you can play, like we said, and Alien and Family Guy, and you said those are pretty fun. Yeah.
They, I was impressed with the one free game that they have, and I'm drawing a blank on it right now. It's like a sorcerer type game. I was kind of impressed with it. One of the things I liked about it was that it was very interactive. So with the Williams pinball machines are just, there's just painting drawings or whatever on the pinball machine. So they're not, it's just there on the pinball machine. With the FX3 ones, they have like 3D characters or 3D things that are actually moving.
They try to bring it to life, so to speak.
Yeah.
And they do a pretty good job to bring it personality and creativity.
Yeah, it's pretty neat. So it kind of gives a little bit more exciting feel to it. There's also like mini games within the pinball game itself. So depending on what you're doing and how well you're doing, you might trigger a mini game within the pinball game, which I thought was a pretty cool idea because it's not just just pinball. You can do other things within it, and there's a lot of different upgrades you can do depending on how well you do playing the game and stuff like that. So you can upgrade the pinball machine so that you get bigger scores and maybe longer gameplay or other things like that. There's like probably 6 to 8 different upgrades that you can do. I think it might be actually 9 different upgrades you can do for it. A lot of them were locked, so depending on what your score is and stuff like that, it's pretty cool. But like you said, it's probably for those who play this and aren't really into pinball, they might get bored with it pretty quickly.
If you like pinball, just go for it. You'll have a lot of fun.
Yeah.
But if you want to just ignore it like an arcade, I'm sorry, but it probably won't be your thing.
Yeah. Yeah, like this one, like I said, I bought the Fox bundle, which had Family Guy, Archer, Bob's Burgers, and American Dad in it. And I did it because I've watched 3 out of the 4 shows. I have watched Bob's Burgers, but I have not heavily invested in it as much as the other 3 shows. I was, watched those other 3 shows a lot more. So playing the game was really fun because one of the things too that I like about the FX3 one is that when you load up the pinball, it kind of gives you an overview of the whole pinball machine. So it kind of shows you a lot of the different areas on the pinball machine. It'll show you, any of the characters that are moving and stuff like that. And then one of the things you can do before you even start is you can adjust your angle of how you want to view the game. So depending on how you want to play and how whether you want to look straight down over it, more of an angle back. So you can make I think 5 different adjustments to it, which is really helpful because sometimes you can't do that. And it's like that makes it harder to, follow the ball as it's coming down. The pinball machines are very busy. There's a lot on the pinball machines, especially the FX3 ones, because they've put a lot into it. There's a lot of different stuff. But the character voices are all there from the shows, which is really impressive.
Yeah, it's pretty good. Either they took it from the shows themselves, or they actually bought the actors to come in and do their thing.
Yeah, I'm not sure which. Be interesting to find out from them, but it's pretty impressive that they have the voices and everything, and have all are able to do this, which is pretty cool. Like I said, there's a lot of little interactive in-game moments where you can, depending on what you're doing, you can get more points by doing certain things. Like we did one with the Family Guy, and it was Stewie flying a fighter jet, and he was shooting down other helicopters and other planes and stuff like that. And then at the end, once you reach a certain point, you fight Bertrand and stuff like that. So it's kind of funny. But, they have a lot of little things like that, which is pretty cool in the games. So it's a lot of fun. There's different modes you can play. There's single player modes. There's matchup modes. There's other modes where you can play one ball, and you kind of see how far you can get with one ball. There's one that has a 5-minute time limit. So it'll basically play for 5 minutes. Once the 5 minutes is up, the game is over.
Have you done it with someone?
I haven't played with someone. My wife and I kind of took turns playing the FX ones.
All right,
so,
it's neither have I, so I was just curious.
Yeah, I think you can do some stuff online against other people and kind of put your scores up against others. In like but I think you have to sign up for an account, basically do a make a Zen Studios account and then do that. So I guess you can, kind of put your scores up against other people around the world, which I might do that at some point. I didn't do that with this. I was just trying to play around with a lot of the different things that they have in the game.
Yeah, that makes sense.
To see if I can see what I could do with it. But there's just a lot to this game, and I'd be interested. Like I said, I'd be interested in getting the Universal Studios one, the one with the Jaws, E.T., and Back to the Future, because I think that'd be fun to play some pinball on that. But the Star Wars one is huge too. I mean, it's just like they have pretty much every movie.
As much as they put a lot of effort into these machines, I do wish we got more for our buck. I do wish instead of 3, we got 5.
Well, yeah, I think it depends on
each pack, but
yeah,
we should get at least 5 or more based on it. I feel like 3 is a little too little. Yeah, because these are pinball machines. You can do one and then get bored of it really easily.
Yeah. The FX one I bought was $9.99, so that got me 4 games. I don't know if some of the other ones. I know there's some of the other ones, like the Bethesda one is like just the 3 games. I don't know. They vary in different prices, and they do have some larger bundles. Like I think you can get like all the Star Wars games for like $24. I don't know how often these types of games go on sale. So maybe they, if they go on sale, maybe it's a good time to grab one of the bundles, but maybe they don't go on sale. I don't know. But yeah, definitely worth playing if you like pinball. It's a lot of fun. And then the demo game I did was Operencia, the Stolen Sun, which is I did the demo on Steam, and that's a first person RPG where you're dungeon crawling RPG where you play you could create your character, where you kind of pick your character. You don't really create them, but you pick a character and some attributes about them, and then you kind of get thrown into the game where you follow these dreams that you're having to this castle. And it's kind of cool, though. The castle is actually underwater. Huh. So when you're walking around and you if you look up at the ceiling, you can see like water outside, and you can see like fish swimming by and stuff like that. And then there's a lot to the story and they go into a lot of the story during the demo. But basically the castle was kind of cursed, and then a lot of the people that are in the castle that you end up fighting are like former people that lived there or soldiers and stuff like that, and they turn them into like kind of like almost like frog type monsters or skeleton type people. It's kind of interesting. The game, it's easy to move around. It's the the WASD buttons pretty much. There's you get different spells and weapons and stuff like that, and you get into a lot of the fighting, and there's some puzzle stuff that goes on in the game. But I thought it was pretty fun, and you end up picking up another character that you fight along with at the very beginning. So it's not just you fighting everybody; it's 2 of you. So you control 2 people, but you control yourself when you're walking around, and that other person just kind of follows along with you. But it's kind of funny though when you do play the game, you never, even if you turn around really quickly, you never see that other person. I'm not sure why they decided not to put the person, like you'd actually see them, but you see them when they talk, and it's just basically a still image, and then there's the words will come up if you do closed caption or narration and stuff like that. So, but it's a pretty interesting game. I like the fact that it's underwater. It's kind of cool. The fighting is pretty easy. And you have healing spells and stuff like that, so you don't die like immediately and stuff like that, which is good.
Yeah, that's always a good thing.
Yeah, so this is just I just played the demo. I think you can download the full game on Steam. Although I'm not sure if it's really ready yet. Don't think it's ready yet. I'm not sure if it's available yet, but I'll have to double check. But it is pretty cool. Let me see if it is ready. Yeah. Oh yeah, it is. It is. You can buy it on Steam. So you can do the demo if you can try the demo out and see if you like it. And if not, if you like it, then you can get it on Steam. I know it's on sale right now, so if it sounds interesting to you, it might be worth checking out. Anything else you want to add, Mr. K, about the pinball or anything else?
Well, there's not really much to talk about when it comes to pinball. I mean, pinball is a pretty basic idea. And, I mean, other than FX, are there really much pinball games that comes to mind when you think about them?
Mm-hmm.
So they're pretty much the main essential people who make the pinball games.
Mm-hmm.
So good on them, because they're doing pretty well with that. And it's surprising how many people have actually contacted them and got their own creations into it, like Family Guy and Alien and all that. It's pretty insane.
Yeah, it's amazing. I was surprised at all the different games that you could get and play pinball. It's amazing. And like I said, the fact that they have the voices from the shows and other stuff like that is even more amazing, because it's just like, wow,
Like, and that's the last thing that usually come to mind when I think of like stuff that have to do with Family Guy.
Yeah, I wouldn't have thought that they would have had the voices and stuff. Having the animation or other things like that, you would have thought like, okay, fine, they have that, but to have the voices and stuff like that, it's pretty cool. And to watch some of the characters, be interactive in the game, like you see Peter doing certain things and saying certain things, and Stewie doing certain things, and if you watch American Dad, there's the Stan, and then his boss there, who's I can't think of his name in the show, but Patrick Stewart is the boss. And then at one point they get into a fist fight on the pinball machine, which is pretty funny as you're playing. So it's like, it's kind of like one of those things that's kind of hard to play and watch at the same time. So you're kind of like looking up, watching as they're fist fighting each other. But yeah, you have a lot of interactive type stuff like that, which makes it fun to play.
But yeah, if you like pinball, go right ahead, try it out. I'm gonna have to give this an 8 out of 10.
Okay.
What are you gonna give it?
Yeah, I'm gonna give it a 9 out of 10.
All right.
I think, like you, I think it'd be nice to have a little bit more of the bundles be a little bit bigger. Instead of 3 games, go to 5 games. But maybe at some point they'll do that once they get a little bit bigger with the games. But I think they've got a lot already to offer. So, who knows? But I am interested in the Universal Classics one at some point, and who knows? Maybe I'll look at either the Williams, just the Williams package, or maybe look at maybe a different package down the road, maybe a Star Wars one or something. But I'd give it a 9 out of 10 because I like pinball. It's easy. It's you don't have to really do a lot of thinking in the game. You just got to make sure you hit the bumpers at the right time to get that ball, keep it going, and it's just a lot of fun if you like pinball. So, all right. So that's it for this week. So what do we got next week, Mr. K?
Next week we're playing a game called Control. Now I don't know much about this because I tried to keep it from. Because I've been wanting to play this game for a while, so I've been kind of trying to get out of it from like any reviews or any kind of videos or anything like that, because I don't want any spoilers whatsoever. So I don't know much other than we have powers that can pretty much control like time and space and stuff. So it's pretty cool.
Okay. Sounds interesting. Okay, cool.
We'll have to learn more. So
yeah, definitely.
See what we're controlling next week.
Yeah, right. All right. So you don't have anything else? I don't have anything. So thank you for joining us this week, and we look forward to talking to you next week.
All right. See you, Shuffle folks. Peace.
Game over.
Hey guys, how's it going? I hope you enjoyed the episode. We're on Facebook and Twitter, and if you go on our website with the same name, you can also find us on all the other kinds of stuff you can listen to us to. Anyways, hope you have a wonderful day, folks. Stay indestructible, and peace.